Alright, in this video I'll be covering the Math 1332 syllabus. I'm basically just going over it. So let's go ahead and get started. My name is Scott Smith. Notice there's only one T in my name, and so I'm actually 1T. That's my nickname. So you can call me 1T. You can call me Mr. Smith. If you want to call me Scott, that's fine too. Some people even call me Mr. T, believe it or not. Anyway, so that's how you can, that's what I go by. As far as communication is concerned, you've got an email you can reach me at. It comes directly to my phone, which I carry with me. And you also have access to this phone number where you can text me, or anytime you need, like, I don't know about you, but sometimes it's frustrating when you got to keep going back and forth and it takes you all several texts before you finally get the conversation over with. So if you want to give me a call, you're welcome to do that. So because of the virus, I'm off campus, and if you need to meet with me, I can meet with you on Blackboard, and we can get on a whiteboard and we can do problems. Sometimes I'll do that with groups. So I'll give you guys some options during this session. The first week I'll give you some ideas of how that's going to work. And let's see, this is an online course, and the certification date, we need to talk about that. So basically, the certification date normally indicates that you're attending the course. Because this is an online course, the way you attend is you do the work. And so number one, you're going to need to sign up for Mymathlab. And then you need to do homework assignments 1.1 through 1.3. That's homework. And quiz 1. And all those have to be done by July 8th. And then on the next day, Thursday, notice that's the first week of class, so this happens fast. On July 9th, I'll certify that you're attending. Anybody else, is not considered to be part of the course after that point. So you want to make sure that you get those things done. If you tend to be a procrastinator, you can't do that here. You're going to have to get off to a good start and make sure you get those things done. All right, so if for some reason during this session you have to drop, you need to do that no later than July 29th. Now, if you're getting financial aid, or you're a veteran, or there's some other program you're involved with, you may need to talk to somebody before you drop. And it's always a good idea to make sure you do things right, even if you have a great reason to drop, because sometimes students will just disappear and they come back in a later semester and they realize they're on academic probation. So just make sure you do things the right way there. All right, as far as requirements in terms of materials, you're going to need Mymathlab. So that's basically an access code to Mymathlab. Now, if you purchase this at the bookstore, they only offer it with the hard copy of the book. It's actually a 3-hole punch version. I think it runs around $150. But anyway, that's the only option. If you're using financial aid, that's what you'll need to do. For most students, especially if you're paying out of your own pocket, they pay online with a credit card when they go to the Mymathlab website. And I think it runs about $70, and that's for just, I think it's either a 10 or an 18-week, code. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about Mymathlab. So it's an online textbook-based software where you're going to complete your assignments. So you're going to need to have access to a computer. Again, hopefully you have your own personal computer. And let's see, we talked about plugins. Notice here's a link to Mymathlab. You can also just type Mymathlab into your browser and you'll see it right there. So you're going to need a course ID, which I've already put into the announcement for the first day of class in eCampus. And so you'll want to go read that. Now, if you're waiting on some money to purchase this product, then you're going to want to get temporary access. Now keep in mind you only have 14 days to use that. So you're going to want to, if you're ordering from the bookstore, you're going to want to order that book and access code right away so it comes within the 14 days. But keep in mind you have 14 days to pay for it. After that, basically I can't see anything that you've done in the course, and so at that point you have to purchase it. All right, let's see. I want to point out that you don't have to purchase your materials from our bookstore. That's all they're saying here. And then finally, the TI-30XS Multiview Calculator. That's the calculator I'll be using in class. It's the one that we recommend everybody have. I think it runs around $20, give or take, depending on if you get it on sale or where you buy it. And the main the thing that makes that a nice calculator is we have to put in a lot of financial formulas, and a lot of them have these complex fractions within a fraction, and this calculator is really easy to use to do that kind of arithmetic. If you have any questions about the calculator, just email me, or you can text or call me. Graded work. So notice homework is 15% of your grade, quizzes are 10%, tests are 60%, so basically 15% each, and the final is 15%. This is the standard grading policy for most places. 90 to 100 is an A, and so on. That's how we'll do things here. Let's talk about the graded work. So for homework, the main thing you need to understand here is you have the opportunity to get a perfect 100 every time on the homework. Normally you have 3 tries to do a problem, and if you miss that problem, you'll get a red X in Mymathlab. If you click on similar question, it'll give you a new problem, and if you answer that one correctly, it'll change that red X to a green check. And so if you're willing to go back and make corrections and do all your work, you have the opportunity to get 100% on every homework. When you do homework, you have you have access to a lot of help. See videos sometimes, or there's a help me solve this button. You can email me, your instructor, through that, and it sends me a copy of the problem you're working on. And so there's a lot of those things are available when you do homework. When you do quizzes, those aren't going to be there. And basically, the quizzes give you the opportunity to see if you learned the material. So let's say you've done 3 sections of homework, and then the quiz covers those 3 sections. Again, the quizzes, they don't have any kind of help buttons. And so if you do poorly on those, that tells you that you haven't learned that material, and you've got some work to do before you take your test. The tests there's 4 of those. They're worth 100 points each, and those are each 15% of your grade, or a total of 60%. And then finally, you have a 33 question multiple choice final. It is a comprehensive exam, and it is worth 15% of your grade, and it will be in Mymathlab on the last day of the course, August 6th. All right, we talked about this earlier, but again, I want to make sure you're clear. In order to be certified as attending the class, you've got to enroll into Mymathlab. There's an orientation assignment. That one's actually optional. If you're a little uncomfortable working with an online program, you're probably going to want to look at that. It basically tells you how to put in answers and do graphs and things like that in Mymathlab. But then the key is you've got to do homework assignments 1.1 through 1.3 and quiz 1, and those have to be done by July 8th, and you've got to have an average score of 70%. Now I hope you'll shoot a lot higher than that, hopefully 100%, but that would be the minimum. Notice students who earn a score of 80% overall on their homework will be able to replace their lowest test score with what they get on the final, assuming you do better. All right, let's move on to the next page. Late homework policy. Basically, homework and quizzes are due by the Sunday before each test. That's the normally how it works. Now, the first week and the last week, you have some variation there, but for the most part, you usually do your homework by Sunday and you'll have a test that's got to be done by Monday. Now, if you finish basically on Thursday, I'll make the test available to you. So you might make it a goal, finish by Friday, you can take the weekend off, and then Monday you don't have to worry about taking the test. You can start working on the material for the next week. So that would be ideal, but at the very latest, you got to take your test by Monday. So anytime you miss a test, you're going to want to contact me right away. Normally I don't do any kind of makeups, but if there's some kind of special circumstances, you're going to want to talk to me right away. Let's talk about communication. So I'm not going to be seeing you in person, so this one's really, really important. We've got to build some communication, and we're going to do that online or through the phone. So please make sure that you email me or contact me if you need anything, whenever you need help, you have questions. Basically what it's saying here is Mondays through Thursdays are pretty much our work days, and normally I'll get back to you sometimes within minutes or certainly within an hour or two, but the latest would be 24 hours. It normally won't be that way. Thursday through Sunday pretty much our off time, but normally I'm going to be able to get back to you pretty quick, but at the very latest it would be Monday morning. But again, normally you're going to find that I'm pretty easy to get a hold of, and I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. But I cannot overemphasize how important it is that you're letting me know if you're having any problems, and I'll work hopefully to get you involved with maybe some other students in the class, or at the very least, if you need things, you can ask for help from me. Okay, institutional policies, what's that? Well, you should be reading through the whole syllabus, and if there's anything that you see is missing there, it's very possible that it's under this link here, as some of our institutional policies like disability services, we have Title IX, and other things that are there. So if you've never looked that over, you should look that over and make sure you see what's there, particularly if there's anything that you're interested in. All right, let's go to the next page. So here's the course schedule. Notice it says it's very important that you follow the course schedule closely and complete all assignments by the due dates. The deadlines are also indicated in Mymathlab. So I don't know, print this out, put it on your refrigerator, or maybe where you're going to be working. This has got all your deadlines in it. There's no question about what you have to do each week. It's all right here. And when I make announcements each Monday, I'll basically just be reviewing what's here, and I'll add any other information that I want to make sure you know. If you ever have any questions or you're not sure about something, just contact me and I'll do what I can to answer your question. So that pretty much does it for all the things I would say are most important. Notice you do have these testing deadlines back here, but they're also in the schedule. So anyway, that's it for the syllabus. Let me know if you have any other questions.